Hello everyone, I'm Adam Alkatib, and welcome to the FireAlarm podcast. I'm joined today by my good friend Riley Marabello, where we will be talking about our transitions through the educational system in a 3-part podcast describing our experiences from elementary school to college. Tune in every Saturday where we will be releasing an episode each week. Be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to help support the channel. And while you're at it, make sure to share the podcast with others. Thanks, and enjoy.
Welcome to the final episode of the Fire Alarm Podcast. I am Riley Marabello, joined by Adam Alkatib.
Hello!
And we are going to be finishing up our school experience talk chat thing, what we're doing here.
Yep.
And we're going to talk about our college experience so far.
Yep.
And you know what? This has been my favorite school experience ever.
Yeah, I can concur with that, yeah, because I feel like the best thing about college is, like, you, to some degree, no pun intended, to some degree.
No, to some degree.
No, yeah, you have a bit of control on what you can and cannot do in college.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I feel like with that mindset, like, obviously you still have to, like, show up and, you know, listen to teachers and listen to students and work with whatever. But I feel like you have, like, if you're actually committed to getting a degree, you realize you have a sense of, like, control, to say the least, with how you choose to run in college. You're still gonna struggle. You're still gonna get stressed. You're still gonna get, be fidgety and, lose track of what you're actually doing here. But I feel like if you have a dream and you have a goal and you need a degree to get that dream, it's worth the experience. I'll say that.
Absolutely. And, there's a lot of students which come right out of high school, like we did, and they just don't go to college. They go straight to work, and sometimes it's bad because I know of somebody who I actually saw recently. They were just trying to get everything back together and pick up the pieces from where they left off because of what happened after high school. But, unlike them, we went straight to Hartford Community College, as we are here now at 91.1 WHFC,
yep.
working in the radio station, and we were in the production journalism kind of field for a little bit.
Right, yeah.
I think you were production the whole time, right?
Yeah, I was. So, funny story, I, for some stupid reason, had production and journalism signed up. I have no idea why, because when I checked my degree works, turns out I needed 120 credits, which, like, they were like, wait, what?
You had to double up on classes.
Yeah, so,
there.
like, they were like, do you want to do more production-based, or do you want to do more journalism-based? And I was like, I want to do more production-based. I want to get, like, hands-on with the equipment and all this. Okay, so, like, let's cut out journalism then. So they cut out journalism, and, yeah, now I'm here in the production aspect of Hartford Community College for my production degree.
Same, and I'm working in the radio station with you, and we have our segments. But anyway, let's talk about us first getting into college here. So we chose our majors. I was in journalism to start. You were in production, right? And to start, I think the first class we took was Intro to Electronic Media.
Yes, and, with Wayne Hepler. Yep.
And you guys know Wayne Hepler from Feedback here on 91.1 WHFC, and my gosh, Wayne is my favorite professor.
Yeah, he's
I love
favorite.
Wayne.
Yeah,
He's so
you
good.
Couldn't hate him even if you tried. That's the thing about
Wayne's just too good. He cracks jokes all the time. His classes are very easy and
he's very
straightforward.
He's very funny. Like, sometimes I'll tell you this, he's so comedic, it's hard for me to figure out when he's being serious.
I know.
So, but he has a good heart. Like, he's very responsive. He cares about the students, cares about students' needs, is able to, like, provide good material. Although he can be very wordy at times. That's my only criticism of Wayne.
He's got a lot to say.
Exactly.
And
he's got a lot to say, but he's always there, and he's always just making sure students actually learn something, which, you don't really get that a lot. I'm not going to call anyone out, but I don't get that a lot from various teachers. A lot of times they just give you the material and just hope you're on your way. So.
And in high school, I didn't get any of that until now. And we got into college, I'm like, whoa, this is fantastic.
Yeah.
I love this environment. And all the students here, they're in the same, like, major as you, and everybody seems to respect each other.
Exactly.
And there's no real
you get along super easily with these students.
Yeah.
You don't necessarily feel a sense of, like, being an outcast, or obviously we have our issues being social. I still have social anxiety with people, but
of course,
nonetheless, I feel more connected here than I ever did in middle or high school.
Agreed. I can agree with you there.
Yeah. Because there's no time to be, like, the popular kid. There's no time to, like, show off or be, be this kind of individual that's, like, in this case, better than everyone else, quote unquote.
Right, because everyone's trying to accomplish the same thing.
Exactly. Everybody's worried about just getting their degree and just moving on through life. And that's mainly our goal, but at the same time, the experience counts. So we make worth as much time as we have here. We make every minute count. And I feel like we should just talk about how we got to the radio station, I think.
Yeah, I think that's good. Like, so obviously we're in production, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there are certain classes we have to take. One was TV studio production. That was awful.
Yeah.
I had to teach the class for that one.
I
sorta.
remembered I was there. Yeah, I already took the class earlier than you, but I figured I'll just drop by, see how everyone's doing. I just see you teaching the class.
I had to teach the class. There were some things going on there. I'm not going to get into them.
No.
It wasn't fun.
Yeah.
But we got through it, and
Yeah.
we also had to take video production. The professor for that class is fantastic.
Dan Rapazzo, he's like, you can't hate the guy. He's just such a wonderful dude. He's there for students. He's actually like, he's somebody that I actually want to be in terms of like this field.
A person, yeah.
Yeah, in terms of person, but also just this field, because he knows how to tell great stories, how to really bring, movies, films, and production to life, essentially.
Yeah.
Which, I wish I could get more out of, so.
What's I feel like really cool is he taught us so much,
Mm-hmm.
like hands-on in both lecture, and a lot of our productions that came from both his 204 and 207 class were fantastic.
Oh,
and
yeah, for sure.
I loved working with every single student we had.
Oh, yeah,
and
for sure.
the tests weren't that hard either.
No.
They're so easy. Like, listen, if you're in high school now and you're coming to college, I will guarantee you that in some majors, yes, there will be hard tests and quizzes and finals, but in
majority,
other ones,
they're
so simple
yeah,
and
they're,
easy.
Like, as long as you put in the effort to like actually study for it.
Because
You'll
in
pass
college, you're training to go and work.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like we are here at the radio station right now.
Yeah. So the way the radio station worked for me is literally like, I think the second day of class when I took audio production with Wayne. Wayne gave us the luxury of actually doing a tour of WHFC. And that's when I got to meet good old Paul Chufo.
Yeah, Mr. Paul.
Yep, he showed me around back there, actually, in the...
main production?
Main production, yeah. That was the first room we saw. And then he showed us, of course, the live on air.
The live studio.
The live studio.
Which we actually got done with doing a show maybe 2 hours ago.
Yeah,
so.
with the combined show of the FireAlarm show and the
Monday Mid-Shift Hour.
Yeah. No, he showed me that, and I just remember feeling a bit... I wouldn't say left out, but I was like, I want to do something productive in this field. And I thought to myself, what's the best way to do it? And I remember just talking about Paul Chufo. So I go to Wayne and I was like, I kind of want to do something on the radio station. So he's like, all right, sure. So he brings me literally next door. I was like, oh my God, he's right here. And he's like, Paul, this is Adam. He wants to, be a part of the station. He's like, okay. So the first thing Paul has me do, he sits me down. He's like, what kind of music do you like? And I'm like, I like oldies music. He's like, we don't have much of that, but you could take a look. So he gives
now
you this whole package. Yeah, exactly, because of me.
See you.
And I just like, I'm going around picking music, and then within time, he showed me how to actually work the Zeta operating machine.
And if you don't know what Zeta is, that's our hub, basically.
Yeah, our hub
it's our
for
computer
music.
program which controls everything that is broadcasted.
Mm-hmm. And, obviously I made so many mistakes to the point that I'm like, does Paul just want to fire me for doing all this?
He would never fire
He would
you.
never fire me, but I was like, if I was doing this professionally and I kept messing up, he would obviously
Sound
be like...
the fire alarm because he's about to get fired.
No, as I kept going in there, in all seriousness, I, not only grew as a person, but realized like making mistakes are how you learn.
Yeah.
And Paul and Matt Terry and Terry Troye, wonderful people. They're all about, you making mistakes and learning from them. And, they're very patient guys. They understand that we're still students technically trying to learn this stuff for, to take with us to the world.
Yeah.
And within time, bam, I was just in there on my own, doing my thing, but it's all
I remember I came in during one of your shows as we were trying to study for the intro class, and Paul looked at me. He was like, "Get out! You can't be here." I was like, "I'm sorry." And now here I am. I'm working at WHFC.
You're an intern, and you have your own show.
I got my own show.
Yeah. So you're part of the family. Yeah,
I'm part of the WHFC family.
Yeah, indeed. So you learn from these mistakes, and you improve. And I think with the beauty of WHFC, it's all about just improvement. It's life. And you have when you take accountability for your mistakes instead of saying, "Oh, I can't believe I'm going through all this bad luck." Oh God, I must be cursed or jinxed or whatever. No, you're not. You make mistakes. You learn from them.
It happens. We're all human.
Exactly. Yeah.
I can't tell you how many mistakes I've made in college. Like for instance, yesterday we were in our last video class.
Oh boy.
the semester because we're getting ready to graduate. So kind of our last video class at Harvard. I ran around campus looking for a printer because I forgot to print out my final paper for the class. I'm running around with another student and we're trying to find a printer. Nowhere around campus had a working printer. We were looking for an hour and then we actually found one, but I felt so bad because there was this guy teaching a class and he was like, you can use our printer, but he was trying to give out a final at the same time. And then there were more people coming in to go print out.
No.
I was like, oh no, you remember this?
Yeah, as we were walking out, some students were walking in to print out their paper.
And we're like, I'm dead.
We were just
I'm
like,
dead,
let's
bro.
just get out of here.
let's get back to video.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was pretty funny. I made a mistake like that in TV production. I made a handful of mistakes with the TriCaster.
Oh
and
boy,
it's a big old
it's gonna be
switchboard that
fun. Yeah.
the big old switchboard that a lot of people have to learn. So I had to learn how to use that. So it was fun. I love using it now.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. We've used it for interviews. We've used it for anchoring. We've used it for a lot. Honestly, it is indeed a lot of fun.
And something I can say, like, even though in high school, if you make a mistake, you're shunned for it. In college, your professors, you can. This is gonna sound weird, but I see them. They're like friends.
Yeah.
They're normal people.
Yeah.
You can have a conversation with.
They're not like when it comes. They're not like authoritative figures that you have to follow. Because I feel like I got that with some of my teachers in middle and high school.
Yeah.
I felt like they're teachers and they're adults, and you have to call them like Mr. and Mrs. and whatever, and have to give them respect and whatnot. But I feel like with here, like they're not just mentors. They are, like as you said, friends. People that you could just chat about anything in life and
because you can have a great relationship with them.
Exactly. And I feel like that's what makes the beauty of college life awesome.
And college may seem scary because of what high school portrays it as, but it's a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
If you're looking at doing college, please do it. If you're in Harford County, come to HCC. You're going to want to.
At least try and get the minimum requirement because you'll be more happy to have a degree.
Get at least a 2-year degree.
Exactly, yeah, because the experience is worth it. It's tough, but it's totally worth it.
It's tough, but it's fun at the same time. And even when you do make mistakes, like they're not gonna shun you for it. They'll help you through.
Exactly.
Because they were in your shoes at one time.
Yeah. The one thing I can just say is that college moves fast. So
for sure.
Beware.
These last 2 years that we've been here in person have moved fast. This semester flew by. I'm like, here we are. At the end already. I'm kind of sad because I'm gonna miss everyone.
Yeah, exactly. But that's life. It goes on, it moves on, and you make the best.
It goes on and on and on. It goes on and on and on.
Oh boy, we're gonna turn this into a singing segment at this point. So, you don't want to hear our voices yet.
No, you don't. Believe us, you don't want. You don't want to hear.
Even though we do sing a lot.
We sing a lot on air.
Yeah, not on air physically, but
when we're doing
when
a show.
the song is playing and our mics are off, we're just singing to the whatever song we're playing.
We don't care because it's just fun.
Exactly.
You can be the best part about college, I feel like, you can be yourself.
Exactly, and there's nothing to be ashamed of unless you
are ashamed of yourself.
Ashamed of yourself, and you anger people off of your personality.
Anger people? Okay, Adam. Anyway, I recommend going to college. I've got nothing bad to say about my experience.
The experience is worth
it.
Yeah. Alrighty. Well, I think we've recorded quite enough, and I feel like it's time to kind of wrap things up. But I hope you all have listened to all 3 parts of our podcast. I think we've had really interesting stories to tell, and I've really felt entertained myself just saying this. Yeah.
And I hope all of you guys out there can somewhat relate to or have similar experiences to us. Well, not like have similar experiences, but you have had similar experiences, and you can relate to what we're saying. You can be like, oh, that was different than what you guys did. And that's kind of the whole point here. We're talking about what we did in school and how it was for us. So
and
that
how
way,
it impacts us. Yeah,
and how it impacts us. And that way you can look at your schooling and be like, well, that was different. Or, wow, that's cool. I didn't know you guys did it that way. But, now we're here in college. We're about to graduate in a week from when we're recording this, actually. And I'm kind of sad.
I'm kind of sad, but
I'm going to miss everyone here.
On. Yeah. Alrighty. Well, thank you all listening to the Fire Alarm Podcast. This has been Adam Alcatib.
And Riley Marabello signing off here from the Fire Alarm Podcast. And we will see you whenever.
Yep. So catch us later.